We went to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park in April 2010 to see the wildflowers. Our first stop was the Visitor Center, where we walked a trail to Cataract Falls. It was a small waterfall, but quite nice, easy to get to, and we had a good time walking there and back. And then we started up the road to Newfound Gap and to Clingman's Dome. But the road to Clingman's Dome was under repair, so we had to turn back. We stopped at Newfound Gap and looked at the views there. And then we came back down the road and stopped at several places. There were a lot of flowering trees. There were silver bells and dogwoods. And then we went down the road a little farther, and there was a nature center being built, a new one. It wasn't quite done yet. We continued down the road to Chimney's picnic area, or Chimney Top's picnic area, where we saw a lot of wildflowers. The slopes were covered with white trilliums and yellow trilliums.
It was the first time that we had ever seen trilliums growing wild and free in the forest, and they were quite spectacular. But we were also intrigued to find the Catesby's trillium, which has 3 green sepals behind the 3 green petals, and it has a tendency to hang down more than a white trillium. The yellow trillium has a mottled leaf, not just plain green, and it has a lemon scent to it. The leaves are like camouflage. There's also maroon trillium, which is occasionally seen.
We weren't able to identify all the wildflowers, but we were pleased to find the squirrel corn on a cliff by the parking lot.
A relative of the Dutchman's breeches, which most people are familiar with. Then we were amazed to discover a showy orchis growing right by the edge of the parking lot. I have never seen it before, nor have I seen it since. As I understand that it does grow in the Steele Creek Park, much to our delight. Other plants were blooming there also, and including wild phlox and something that looks like mertensia bluebells and mitrewort and crested iris. The blue things in the background are the crested iris, very small iris, maybe 6 inches tall at the most. We were really pleased to find so much stuff just in a parking lot without having to climb up a long stony trail.
It was a picnic area, and it had a path. We went up the path, and some people said that there had been bears up there recently. So we came back down the path. Then another stop was Morton Overlook. That was really pretty. It shows why the mountains are called the Smoky Mountains.
You know, in the morning they just give off fog from the ground and rises up like smoke, and then eventually it all disappears and the sky turns blue. It's quite interesting to watch.